Episode 60 of the Thunder Underground podcast is here. My name is Trent.
I'm Jason. We're on episode 60. A few more episodes, we can retire, right?
That's true. We're 5 away, right?
Yep. We already get the senior discount at McDonald's. So, I mean, we're on our way, Trent.
That's a bad joke.
What?
I don't know. No, it's not bad, I guess.
Hey, they can't all be first-round draft picks, all right?
Right. Well, should we consider this a milestone? Probably not. I mean, every 10. Now, let's wait for 75 or 100 to act like it's important.
Yeah.
But this is important because this week we have Kyle Gunther from Battlecross.
Yes, very important.
Not for the first time, but for the second time.
Yes, part 2.
Yes. Way back on episode 17, we had Kyle whenever Battlecross came to Tulsa with Gwar.
Mm-hmm.
They were opening up for them at the Canes. But this time we traveled down to Oklahoma City to see them do a headline gig at Thunder Alley.
Yes.
And, you know, for like a year or two, I've seen that name, bands playing that place, but we've never made it. And we finally did.
Yes.
And
finally.
It's a very cool place to see a show because it's just right in your face. And it's not too small, but it's not, it's not too big either. So it's just perfect.
Yeah, and you can get right up there, and get a guitar neck right in your face.
Yeah.
It's great.
Very cool.
I mean, it's really cool for, I've noticed, bands that are, about to hook up with a bigger tour and want, maybe to make some money on the way to that one, or on the way home, they'll stop, and play one of this place, one of these smaller places. And just to get the privilege of seeing, for instance, a band like Battlecross, right, it's like they were playing right in your living room. It's just so bombastic and so in your face, and just everything that metal is all about. It was a mind-blowing set. Just insane.
Yeah. And, very cool to see that like Crowbar and Sons of Texas are both coming there.
Oh yeah,
amongst some other shows.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
I can't imagine Crowbar at a place like this.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be insane.
Well, if this is your first time checking us out, it's thethunderunderground.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and not on MySpace.
Not on MySpace.
Right.
So if you're on MySpace and wondering where we're at, sorry.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
thethunderunderground.com. All the links for all those things are on there. All our previous podcasts are on there, etc., etc. Today's Thursday. If you're listening to this, the day it came out. Tonight, Lamb of God, Clutch, and Corrosion and Conformity are on like the third. I think it's the third show of their tour, of this leg of Lamb of God's tour.
Okay.
With this lineup. And it's here in Tulsa.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Brady Theater. Just like, I know we talked about this when it first got announced, but just try to, like, how do you put that into words? Like those three bands together.
I know it's like, they're each different in their own right, but at the same time, a bill like that makes so much sense. And I can't even elaborate on that. I don't know where to start, but if you just know the sounds of those bands and the organic kind of the rootsier side of metal, if you will, I think all that just, it just works together. That's the best I could explain it, if that even starts to explain it.
Yeah. Well, first off, it's always cool whenever a band who is bigger at the moment brings in bands, that were, probably influences on them.
Yeah.
Like COC, I would assume, was
exactly.
Lamb of God.
Yeah.
And even Clutch was to a point. Clutch, fills up venues on their own.
Oh,
but,
definitely.
You put them under Lamb of God, now they're filling up theaters
That's
thanks
right.
to that. So it's a really cool bill, and just being the fact that COC is one of my favorite bands of all time, it's just hard to comprehend the fact that we're going to go in there and see them at like 7:30 at night. And then there's going to be two bands that follow them that are worthy enough to follow them, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about this, too. Think about this. when you go see a show, there might be one opening band you like, or, whatever, or the support band you like, but you're always waiting for that headliner. This show is just 1, 2, 3, just kicks you right in the ass the whole time. I mean, there's no bathroom breaks. There's no going to getting a beer in any of this. I mean, it's like we've said, all killer, no filler.
Right.
I mean, it really is the whole evening.
Yeah, all three bands are bands you would easily, without even thinking about it, pay to see them headline.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine I just can't envision yet seeing Corrosion of Conformity live again. It's insane. It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, that's the only downfall of this whole thing is it's been so long since, we've seen them, and I've, hoping to on, since they've got back together, Pepper, and they've played all these dates, there's been a couple chances that didn't come through, like in Dallas and Kansas City, and I really wished I could see them in a headline capacity where they're playing a full set.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to complain. I'll take what I can get at this point.
Yeah, we'll take this for sure. Definitely.
I assume with the new album coming that they'll keep touring and we'll get a chance.
Yeah.
Within the next year or something.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one to look forward to, and I'm sure next time on episode 61 you'll hear us talking about how great that was.
Yeah, I know. You will be.
You think they play Who's Got the Fire on their headline gigs? You think they'll play it on this scaled down thing? Probably not.
As much as I'd like them to, as much as I would just be stoked beyond belief, I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one of the ones that gets the axe.
Yes, unfortunately. I'd like to hear him do Stare Too Long. There, I said it.
Hey, I'd be cool with that too. Man.
Hell yeah.
Well, we got anything else we want to mention? We mentioned Sons of Texas a minute ago. Just saw today that they're playing in Tulsa in July at a small club called The Shrine.
Yeah, I can't believe that. That's going to be another one. I mean, we're getting lucky with some of these shows, man.
Yeah. And that's another band. I mean, they're not as heavy or intense as a Battlecross or a Lamb of God or something, but they're still a heavy band. They have a lot of Pantera elements, a lot of Southern elements to them. And they're just that debut CD they had last year is just totally kick ass and from start to finish.
That's right.
Can't wait to see these guys in a headline capacity because we've seen them, at a festival and we saw them open for someone, didn't we?
Buck Cherry.
Yeah, Buck Cherry. So it'll be cool to finally see a full-on show from these dudes.
Yeah, I mean, they were our favorite album.
Oh, yeah. 2015.
Yeah. #1 album.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
And before we get into this, there's something I wanted to bring up. I wanted to pop up a random one on you. Won't take up too much of your time, Trent. So, Rocklahoma is getting closer and closer. And we kept saying that we were going to do a Rocklahoma episode, and we never got around to it.
We've still got 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we've got some stuff lined up. So I just wanted to, I didn't want to go too into it, but I just kind of wanted to go over a little bit and like what you're looking forward to. I saw your Rocklahoma 16 playlist today. So I just kind of wanted to ask you who you were really looking forward to.
The Scorpions.
Yeah.
Last in Line. Devil Driver.
Nice.
Devil Driver, definitely. Hatebreed, of course.
Right on.
Wild Throne is one I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Forward to what?
Wild Throne.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on the Hard Rock stage. They're probably the first band on whatever day they're playing. But I listened to that album a couple weeks ago, and it's just...
What's it like?
It's hard to explain. So that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Now I'm going to have to go check it out.
I couldn't even start to, I couldn't even really think how to describe it right now.
Yeah.
But, of course, the standbys from that I've always loved, Sebastian Bach and Great White.
Oh, man, I forgot Sebastian Bach was even going to be there.
And I won't lie, I'm even looking forward to Bang Tango just to hear him play a Beautiful Creature song.
Oh, do they do one?
Yeah, they always play one or two.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, last time they played Rocklahoma, they played 2 of them, I think.
That's going to rule.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go see him then. Are you
and of course the sword. Cannot forget the
you
sword.
can't forget the sword. You know, or are you looking forward to Five Finger Death Punch?
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right.
That's the headliner, sadly, on my birthday.
Oh, man.
So that's just more of a reason to, like, go, you know, back to the campgrounds and party for your birthday, right?
That's right.
And Chevelle's before them, so it's even an extended party of not watching bands on the main stage.
Definitely. I'll support that one wholeheartedly. Now we're going to get in trouble. Somebody out there's going to be like, I like Chevelle and Five Finger Death Punch. God damn it.
Well, what about you? Is there anything I didn't mention? Steel Panthers?
Steel Panthers going to be awesome. God, just like you said, Hatebreed. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing, getting out to the campgrounds and seeing, like, you know, Screaming Red Mutiny. I want to see them real bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then, like, another one I thought of today, which, you know, again, I still haven't seen, is Dead Metal Society. They're going to be at the retrospect stage, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Think.
That or Axis, one of them.
I still haven't seen them live, you know. I just fell asleep on that, so I'm definitely going to check that out. You know, it's just one of those things. I got to see it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there's Rob Zombie. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You know, Megadeth.
Oh,
Didn't say Megadeth before.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't have a list in front of me, or else I would have, I'm sure.
Well, that's why I just sprung this up random, you know?
Yeah.
Got to keep you on your toes. Even though when I brought it up, you looked at me like you wanted to punch me in the face. But that's okay.
Well, like we said, the theme of this episode is Kyle Gunther from Battlecross. And we saw, like we said, we went down to Oklahoma City, saw this show. There was several opening acts, and we got there early enough because we did the interview before I think the first band even took the stage.
Yes.
So we saw all 3, I think it was 3 other bands. Mm-hmm. A Dying Art, Briny Deep, and
Arise and Devour.
There you go.
Yes.
And all 3 of these bands sounded good. I thought A Dying Art, was real. These guys, kind of like we've talked about before with bands like around here, like Severmind or Driver, they just had a real professional sense to them.
Yeah, I got that too.
You really felt like you were watching someone that could easily be a support act for a major headliner around the country.
Yeah, definitely.
And they've got a real great metal sound. And I know that, they've obviously been good with the promoters around town, because besides opening that show, I know they open for Drowning Pool and they open for Killswitch Engage.
Okay.
So, they're getting the gigs. So
yeah, they are.
They're doing something right.
Yeah, they are. They do definitely have that vibe of a band that's, about to go the next level. They've got, I think their front man's really good. He interacts well. He can sing, he can scream. So look out for him. I think they're on the cusp.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Yeah. And what about a Rise and Devour? That guitarist was pretty. Well, there's 2 guitarists, but
yes,
I remember the one guy was pretty intense. Just like.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Good. That's some good young talent. I mean, I think that they're still at that level where they're kind of finding their way. Each guy has their thing going on. But they had really good riffs, and they were tight as hell, and they showed nothing but promise. So I think if they keep at it, they'll be just moving on up, as you do.
Yeah. And I remember the singer from that band was really extremely active, really into it.
Yes.
And just full on intensity, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And and he held the vocals while doing it. He wasn't just all over the place, so it was good.
Yeah, definitely.
But speaking of intensity, that's what Battlecross brings to the forefront from start to finish.
Always.
And we've been following these guys for a while, since the first album, and just what more can you say? You could go back and listen. Like we said, to episode 17, we talked a little bit about how we got into them, and we talked about the newest album at that point, Rise to Power, because it had just came out, I think, a few weeks before we did that episode. So we kind of did a review maybe. But it was really cool to see Battlecross, with the, headline set, because we hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, definitely.
And, they brought stuff from all the albums, and couldn't ask for more. Oh, I
know. I mean, it was just, like we said earlier, in your face. It was a longer set. I mean, I love just being able to be right in front of them, like, a foot away while, they're doing their dual guitar solos and stuff,
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're just, this is, if you're looking for just a hard-working metal band that puts everything into it, I mean, look no further than Battlecross. I mean, they're doing all this themselves. I mean, they set up the merch, they set up their stuff. I mean, this is just blue-collar, hard-working metal. I mean, there's nothing real glamorous going on here.
Yeah.
And that's why, bands at this level really need our support. And, they were all great guys, real nice guys. They were accessible to everybody, and it was, even if you didn't want to be accessible, you had to in that place.
Right.
There's nowhere really to hide. But these guys wouldn't have done that anyways.
But yeah, like when we saw them at the Canes, they can go backstage at Canes and, like most bands do, not come out. But I mean, they're out there the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, one of them's selling merch, and then the other ones are out there. You can meet them anytime you want if you're a fan. And
exactly.
Like you said, they're extremely great to the fans. You get on their social media, they're real responsive, and so it's just great to see that from bands.
Yeah, definitely. And it's how it should be these days. And again, I mean, really, if you're looking for just blue collar, hard working metal, this is your band. I mean, they've got the thrashy stuff going on. They've got elements of, death metal, a little bit of hardcore, a lot of thrash, a lot of old school, Big Four stuff, Overkill. If you like all that kind of stuff, I mean, this is your band. You have to, if you don't know about these guys, you need to.
Yeah, I remember on that last episode when we talked about them, you mentioned you thought that they were on they're kind of on, it's a slow trajectory. I mean, they, in my opinion, obviously they should be bigger than they are right now.
Yeah, I agree.
At least they're on this trajectory upward still.
Exactly.
And I think, and you had mentioned you think that eventually they're going to be in that spot that a lot of these bands are, like we just talked about Lamb of God or whoever, where they're, one of the bigger metal bands out there.
Oh yeah, they've got to be.
You give them a few more years.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they're on that path for sure.
Yeah. Was that a pun? The path?
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Look what we did there.
Right. And speaking of, I mentioned social media. There's a group on Facebook called Battlecross Fans Unite with a bunch of exclamation points. But if you just type in Battlecross Fans Unite, it'll pop up. Go join that thing if you're a fan of Battlecross and you're not in there already.
Yeah, it's a place to be, really. Yeah,
the guys that run that, Manny and Dion, are both like, extreme diehard supporters and champions of this band. And they've, like when the tour started before that, they were in there posting, hey guys, if you're going to a show, bring these guys beer or water or food or, wet wipes or just anything that a band can use on tour,
Yep.
And
hey, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Other people did. And I mean, there were people, they had crappy tires on their trailer, and someone, I don't know, remember who, someone bought them new tires for their trailer.
Yeah.
I know the first night in St. Louis, there was video up of some guys out there that, tailgated out in the parking lot and brought them all out there and fed them all dinner.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, people bringing them water and beer and everything that you could use when you're on the road and you're trying to break even at least.
That's right.
And, hopefully make some money.
That's right. And we put a big shiny Thunder Underground sticker on a 30-pack.
Oh, yeah.
That was our contribution.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it's time to get in this interview, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
holiday thing after, like a New Year's thing. But we've been off since the 18th of December.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying my fucking self.
What have you been doing in your off time?
Weed. That's about it. Yeah, leaving my old lady. Whatever.
Yeah.
I guess everyone was like, "So you were home too long?" I was like, "Fuck you," because this is one of the longest stretches we've been home. Everyone's like, "So you've been home too long?" I'm like, "You're a fucking dick." Thanks. But, yeah.
The Soulfly Suffocation starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Have you guys played with either of them before?
No, we have not. But Tally used to be in the band. Filled in for Mayhem Fest.
Oh, really?
So, and now he's with Suffocation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
we're just like, party! Can't wait to see his dick.
Is that a regular thing or something?
Yeah, he's
really.
Yeah,
he's a dick shower.
Yeah, he's a dick shower. It was like we toured with him. And we saw his dick a couple times. And then he came out to a San Antonio show, and we were with Death Angel and Revocation, and I didn't even see he was there. I looked over and I saw a dick, and I was like, "Who the fuck?" And I looked at the face. I was like, "Oh, it's just Kevin." Whatever. So I was not shocked.
Yeah. Seen it before.
Yep. I was like, "Okay, cool." Kevin's dick.
Did you come up as a fan of Suffocation or Sepultura?
Soulfly.
Soulfly?
Sepultura, yeah. Soulfly, yeah. He did the fucking that track with the Deftones, Head Up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. But I mean, I enjoy him. You know, Sepultura, the Roots, Bloody Roots. That was my jam. That was my CD.
Yeah.
Like, I jammed that fucking thing.
Yeah, worn that thing out.
Yeah, that was badass. What do you think of Sepultura without Max?
We've played with them.
Yeah.
It just sucks, but I mean, you got to go on with what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, if people aren't going to see eye to eye, either you quit or you replace the dude. And you know, I think the frontman's the hardest dude to replace, and obviously they have.
Yeah.
So, all power to them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, on this tour, you know, how are you keeping the set fresh? Are you adding more? Have you put in more new songs? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I honestly don't know the. We have our headline set.
Yeah.
And I haven't even asked to be like, so which ones are making it to the Suffo set or the Soulfly set? I haven't even asked that question yet. So I was just like, all right, the headlining sets, as long as I get the headlining sets, you're good because you're just going to cut out from the headlining sets. So it was all right. And last night was my worst show ever because I was focused so much on the new songs that I forgot Force Fed Lies and Beast.
Really?
I was just like, oh shit, what's the first? Oh shit, it's coming. Oh, I'm supposed to be singing right now. Fuck. Because, I mean, you just take it for granted that you know him. I mean, you played him. I've played him so many fucking times.
Yeah.
I've played it so, and these are the songs that we play, and I was just like, I can't fucking believe I'm doing this right now. And I've never done that. Like, I'm usually fucking pro, but my life's been fucking hell, so I just haven't had the time to just been like, all right, let's just listen to this, and I just took it for granted that I knew it, you know? I was just, like, focusing on the new songs, like, just making sure I knew the new songs, and it just farted right out of my head.
How'd you cover it?
I
Or
didn't.
Did you just? Oh,
Nope.
You just come in.
Yep, I just
late.
came in on the choruses.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, all right, chorus. Shit, I don't know the first. Oh, damn it. Oh, whatever. Fuck. So that was a good one.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah. Shit, it does.
How long of a set length are you getting on this Soulfly tour?
35.
35?
I think we're doing maybe like 55 an hour tonight. I
Okay.
think.
Okay, cool.
I think.
Right on. Do you guys have you guys gotten into any new stuff that you're working on, or is that still a long ways off?
I've been waiting. I'm the last dude that gets to
Gotcha.
put his 2 cents in. Yeah. Usually I'm like, take this part out, and they're like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, all right.
Nice.
But they haven't been doing shit. Tony just had a kid, and he's trying to get his shit together. And Huron he said he was wasn't feeling it and wasn't going to try to push himself. And I was like, well, kind of be nice to fucking push yourself a little bit there, buddy. Because usually they're just like, all right, we're going to the studio. I'm like, all right, you guys got any songs for me? Like, we got some stuff. Like, they'll have their stuff, but then, when you get your producers to get in there and they give their 2 cents and you come down and you're like, that song is totally fucking different.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, the one song that I had wrote, fucking different. So I was like, sweet, thanks, guys. So
Nice.
they're just gonna do their own thing, and I'm just gonna sit back and go, all right, I looks like I get to make up some time here.
Yeah. I don't know.
They always fuck me every fucking time. Every recording we've ever done is just like, all right, man, we ran way over, so if you could please just hurry up.
Yeah, so you're crunched in.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, guys, you fucking assholes.
Oh, no.
Are you the type that's always writing lyrics, or do you just wait until you hear the finished
Yeah,
product?
because I mean, like, there's the phrasing and the timing and everything. I don't, I just I fit it into the song.
Yeah.
I don't have like, hey man, can we go 2 more longer? Or like, we'll ring out more. Or they're like, shut the fuck up. That's pretty much how it goes.
Make it work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Okay, cool guys.
Or do you guys have any kind of timetable on when you want to go to album number 4? Or is that just
18 months is the life of the record. So, at 18 months, Metal Blade expects us to be ready.
okay?
And so, we released it in June, so sometime in October or something? Or December is probably when we should, be ready, but we fucking won't be.
Or be last minute.
Yeah. And we're like, well, looks like we're just going to pay the producer a little bit more.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Were you guys set through this year now? I saw you're going to Europe after this tour ends.
Yep.
Is that a full-on tour, or is that just some festival dates?
Yeah, well, it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
So we're going to go over there. I know we're doing Spain and Slovenia.
Wow.
Is that a first?
Yeah.
Right.
Slovenia, no, actually, it's not. Spain is. But my mom was like freaking out.
Yeah.
She's like, Kyle, do you know where Slovenia is? I'm like, yeah, Ma, I actually do. Like, you're not going to be safe. What kind of security? They're like, there's no security, Ma. She's like, oh my God. So she's extra momming out on that. Like, Kyle, you don't need to do that. You've got a son. Tony's got a son. I'm like, yeah, Mom, we do know this.
Oh, man.
Well, do you got anything lined
good,
up
though.
after Europe, or you're...
I don't think so. But something should pop up. We just got a new booking agent. I can't remember where the fuck it's at. So, we'll see. But no, I don't. I want to take October off, and we have a rule that we don't play shows on September 12th or 13th because that's my kid and Tony's kid's birthday. So it's actually fucking nice that
worked
my
out.
kid's born and the day after his kid was born. So it's
awesome.
like, boom, there's no question.
the
There's
rest
no
of the
show
time?
that week.
Yeah.
There is no show that week because I've told them, I was like, straight up, I don't give a fuck who we're playing with. I'll be home on my kid's birthday. They're like, you gonna miss? No, I don't. Like, Christmas and his birthday are the things that I will not miss. Because, I mean, people are like, you gotta sacrifice my kid. The fuck I do? You're not my mom.
Yeah.
You're not paying my bill. I'm the
So
I'm
even
the one
if
paying my-
Metallica says, let's go on an arena tour, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not working that day?
Yep. Or his ass can fly out. So,
Well, there you
one
go.
of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two is gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, 2 days is not much to ask
Yeah.
for, the whole fucking year.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like 2 fucking days. And that's really why we do the Winter Warriors tour.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm not missing Christmas. It's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we started doing the Winter Warriors tour, and the Winter Warriors tour is always going to end in either Detroit or Flint.
Yeah.
So that's like our thing. Like, we're going to do the Winter Warriors probably until we're not a band anymore, because that always ensures me and Tony being home now.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's how we're gonna do it, and that's how it's like. I'm like, there's a few things in the, that I'm gonna bitch about. You cannot pay me, I don't care, but Christmas and birthdays aren't gonna get missed.
Nice. Well, that kind of, you said Flint. Talk about that Flint water drive you guys did.
Oh yeah, no. I'm from Clio, which is 2 towns north of Flint.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend lives in Flint. I actually own a house in Flint. and I pay a Flint water bill that you can't even fucking bathe in. You know, everyone's saying it's okay to bathe, but you got friends that have lead poisoning, and it's just weird. Like whole generation's poisoned.
Yeah.
You know that you can't reverse that shit.
Right.
And our governor's still in office. Yeah. I'm just taken back by it. Like, if he had any fucking couth, he would have just been like, "Yeah, we fucked up. It's on me. I'm out." Instead, he's like saying that he'll drink Flint water for 30 days. Like, okay, come down and bathe too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I don't want you to take the water from the fucking factory. I want you to go to the end of the fucking line and drink that, because how the lead poisoning works is the closer you are to the water plant, the safer you are. So if you get it from the water plant, you're fine. Like, there's no lead poisoning. But once you get into, because I think they might have changed it now from the Flint River to Detroit. So the farther you are down the run of the city water, the worse the lead poisoning gets.
Wow.
So yeah, I want that No, don't go out. Don't get your water from the water plant. Get it from the last house on the last fucking run, buddy. Yeah. And let's see how you do. Let's see. And like, there's 11 reported deaths. Entire fucking generation of kids that are poisoned by lead, and it's just crazy. That we're in America and we can't even provide our people with safe fucking water. Yeah. We're worried about fucking the world, and people are fucking dying.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only reason why anybody even knew about it was because it was eating the fucking parts of General Motors. Like, that's the only reason why people fucking even heard about it, was because General Motors was like, "Hey, this water is corroding our parts. We need a better water system." But if it wasn't for General Motors, nobody would give a fuck.
Who knows what happened?
Yeah, who knows how long this would have went on? Who knows how many more people would have been affected by it? So it's just fucking crazy.
Well, and like you said, the guy's still in office.
Yeah, he's still fucking in office.
Bullshit thing.
Yep, it's like, wow, from the local government all the way up to him, people of Flint were fucking lied to and killed. What was it? Legionnaire's disease.
Yeah.
It's huge. And my dad got Legionnaire's disease when he was working in the shop in the 80s, putting in the radiators. So I was like, oh wow, it's just weird. Like, people were like, well, how did it get so corroded? Like, you got to think, Flint's been a industrial city since the fucking 1800s and shit. Like, General Motors, Detroit and Flint, they're the same fucking thing. Plants in Detroit and Flint and Saginaw and Detroit. And you just think about all, Dow Chemical, all those, they just been fucking dumping pollution. The foundries in Flint and all that shit. It's been dumping pollution and pollution and pollution and pollution. And finally, it was in the fucking river water, and they tried saving money, and they're like, oh yeah, it's in the river. Well, river water, we're all right. No, it's not. So, yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, it's good you guys could help out a little bit.
Yeah, we try to do whatever we can, and our manager is from Flint as well, okay. So she was extra, hey, let's do this too, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm 2 fucking towns up from Flint. I go to Flint. I've drank, my kids drank Flint, city water, because there was a couple of schools that he went to and programs that he went to in Flint, last 2 years ago and stuff. When he's 5 now, and I was like, I'm even thinking about getting him tested, because we went into the city and they went into the schools and, drank out of the fountains and all that shit. And I was like, I wonder if that, ever happened. Yeah. So it's, it's fucked up. And one of my friends, she's having health problems, and her daughter, they have the littlest amount of lead poisoning, but still lead poisoning, you can't reverse it. There's no coming back from it. So it's just like, oh yeah, we got a little lead poisoning, but then they're like, yeah, you can't reverse it. So it's just fucked.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Yep, unacceptable. We're worried about the world, and we can't even fucking bring our fucking people safe. Water, it's crazy.
Did you guys have a good turnout? I remember seeing a picture.
Yeah, it was
of the
nice.
trailer with
we just showed up at the venue that we play at, and it was good. Oh, here, I got this.
Okay,
I got this. I'll fix that. This is where I smoke all my weed.
Hell yeah.
Well, I've seen over the past couple years on Facebook and stuff several pictures of you guys at Waffle House.
Oh
And
yeah.
I saw this new shirt online.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like-
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, what's your go-to meal at Waffle House?
I'm usually the Texas Texas sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like I'll do like the Philly cheese or like the chicken. I like just the regular bread and stuff, but that's usually what I go for. That's my thing. And I'm not I just like my hash browns double covered.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just give me more cheese and I'm good.
And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but you've got to get more like an older, dingier Waffle House. Not
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I've seen
fuck
the
these
ones
new
that are
ones.
like when we would see Prong in Arkansas, that it was like in a strip mall and it was new and
Oh yeah,
polished.
fuck that.
It's like no, this needs to be nasty.
Yeah. I need a little seasoning on that
Yes,
motherfucker.
exactly. A little floor spice, maybe.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, a little floor spice.
And you need the cook to be someone you'd be scared to
Yeah, it's like you've been
be
to
around.
jail.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to jail, I don't want you cooking my food.
Right, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But what's the other go-to things besides Waffle House for you guys, or is there? Or is it just whatever you can scrounge up?
Well, there's one place in Des Moines we go to, Zombie Burger. We're always there. Like if we go through anywhere near Iowa or Des Moines, that we're coming across I-80, we'll be like, all right, we're gonna stop up in Des Moines. Just like we've driven out of the fucking way to go to Zombie Burger. Like it's not even on the way. I don't give a fuck. We got the day. We got a day off right now. We're gonna go there.
Yeah.
So that's where we usually like to go. And I'm a Wendy's dude. That's my thing. And let's see. Stay the fuck away from White Castle.
My God.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, we don't have Waffle Houses in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So-
really?
So when we go out,
Hell yeah.
we go to Waffle House. And Don will actually throw a fit if we go to Denny's.
Yeah.
Really?
He'll be like, "This is fucking bullshit." I'm like, "But it's the only thing. I don't give a fuck." He will seriously be pissed off. It's like, man, it's food. I'm just trying to eat.
Yeah.
I want to build my own burger. I like Denny's. I mean, Denny's. There's always truck stops. Truck stops are I get. So I mean, there are always a Denny's at a truck stop usually. So I mean, I'll build my own burger. I like that. It's good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's my go-to. Denny's is mine, but everybody else hates it. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's always open.
Yeah.
You know?
So you need a Denny's parody shirt that just says Gumby or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Don might protest that just because he hates it so fucking
Hey, as long as it
much.
doesn't say Battlecross, if it's just representing you.
Yeah, right?
Right.
I get that shit.
Well, going back to like, more traditional question. When did you know that you could scream and, sing like that, and that's what the direction you wanted to go?
High school.
Yeah.
Just got into fucking death metal sophomore year, I think. And got into Slipknot first, and then just because I didn't fucking listen to fucking metal. I had two older sisters. I was raised on fucking R&B, like Vanessa Williams and Luther Vandross, Tony Braxton, Tony. That was the shit that I was raised on. Like there was no metal in my family at all.
Yeah.
And when I got to high school, like Pantera kind of trickled in and Slayer trickled in, but it wasn't. I couldn't get it because I was young. And they didn't have the fucking tools that these damn kids have today. They can just get anything they want. I had to go out and buy shit. I was like, well, can't really go out and buy that right now. Hey, Mom, will you go take me to go get a Slayer album? Are you kidding me, Kyle? I mean, that would be it. No. Once I got in high school, like people would be like, oh, here, I burned this for you, and Stripped, Raped, and Strangled was my shit. Like that was the song that made me want to growl. And Dying Fetus, Kill Your Mother, Rape Your Dog, Justifiable Homicide. That was my shit. So yeah, I'd say high school is when I could do the deep growls.
Yeah.
And then one time my buddy was just like, hey man, we're gonna jam. You want to come over and do some growls? I was like, sure, cool. I'm just mowing lawns and drinking. So let's get together, drink, and have a good time. So we did that, and it just progressed into something, like we got people out, and if you ever heard of the Machine Shop,
Yeah.
We played there once, and the sound guy Tanner was like, "You guys fucking suck." But you brought people, so thanks. And we were like, So we took that, and me and the band just like went, and we spent 6 months practicing 3 hours a day. Just practice. I started listening to Black Dahlia Murder, and I was like, because I sounded like a fucking pterodactyl. In the beginning, it was I did the deeps, and my buddy did the screams. So then my buddy got into drugs, and they were like, well, can you do it? I was like, I can try. So in trying to figure it out, I heard, Trevor from the Black Dahlia, and I was just like, I haven't heard that scream yet. I listened to it, got hooked on the Black Dahlia, and I was like, I could do that. I can emulate that. So I did that, and that's how I got my scream was, focusing on the Black Dahlia Murder. And then, All Shall Perish came in next, and I was like, okay, so I can take these two and figure it out. So those were how I got my scream. And, then more drugs took hold of the band, and I ended up being Battlecross, because I was like, well, I want to do this.
Yeah.
So I just took off in Battlecross, and here we are.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Well, what do you do for warm-ups or exercises, especially like on the road?
I try to do the Melissa Cross workouts. She's got it down. Just working on the techniques and diaphragm, and not pushing so hard, and not using your upper vocal cords and the top of your lungs, using the base of your your diaphragm and the base of your lungs to do most of the pushing. And that's how I do it. And usually I'll do the Halo warm up. You guys ever play Halo? Oh, I'll do that. And but I mean, it's just conditioning. Play. Like this, I played last night. It was all right. Tonight might be horrible. First show might be even worse. But after the first week, you're there.
Yeah.
And once you get it tight, you're gold. So I'm just like, I gotta get it tight.
Nice.
Fuck.
Do you do anything like in the 4-month period where you're off? Do you mess with it every day?
Nope.
At all? Nothing? Yeah.
Nope. I didn't do a fucking thing. I was like, I'm off. All right, time to go make some money.
Yeah.
Like I'll scream in the car, but I don't listen to a lot of metal right now, just because I don't need to be angry. Like I'll be like, I'm fucking pissed off. I need to listen to some fucking metal. So I'll do that, but it's like I'm trying to stay positive. I got a lot of shit going wrong, and I'm just like, I'll just spiral down and become a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that. So I just been being all right.
Nice.
I listen to Garth Brooks.
Put on something happy. Put on some 311 or something.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay. I'm just gonna put on some old Hank or some fucking Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah.
Cool. You got anything else?
I think we covered it, man.
Cool.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thanks again.
Not a problem, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Kyle Gunther from Battlecross. Quite an honor, quite a privilege to be able to do that a second time. Like we mentioned, episode 17. Go back and hear the first interview we did with him. I would assume, I haven't listened to that one in a while, but I would assume this one probably came off a little looser. Because
I would think so.
Because we have found our way maybe a little more since episode 17.
And he wasn't he our first kind of big, from a band that wasn't.
Yeah, like the first nationally touring band.
Yeah, and so we were a little nervous going in.
Yeah.
But this one was a lot looser, and I think we covered more subjects,
Yeah.
we talked about the water shortage. We talked about his influences. We kind of got into all kinds of stuff. So it was, it felt a lot better than the last one.
Yeah. Talked about Waffle House. And
that's right.
I was able to buy their Waffle House t-shirt.
Which is awesome.
Battlecross spoof on Waffle House. It's badass. Pick that up if you see them on this Soulfly tour.
Yes.
Which I wish that was coming around here, but at least we got the headline gig, right?
That's right.
And thanks to Liz from Earsplit PR for setting that up for us. And of course, thanks to the guys in Battlecross for, being accommodating and doing that again. And of course, like you mentioned earlier, being cool to the fans and just talking to us for a minute after, even after we were done doing the interview.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If this is your first time listening, Once again, thethunderunderground.com. We've got 59 other episodes. One of them, like we said, was Kyle. We've got 58 other ones. There's a lot where we just talk, and there's quite a few of interviews. Like we've mentioned, Sons of Texas. We've got a member of that. We've got Kirk from Crowbar. We had Sid Falk, who used to be in Overkill. The list goes on. Richie Cavalera, and we mentioned Soulfly. Max's son has a band called Insight, who, if you're a fan of Battlecross, you'd probably dig Insight as well.
Yeah, oh, for sure. We've had Joey Allen from Warrant, Shooter Jennings.
Oh, yeah.
We had a band called I Apollo on a few episodes back. Chad Malone from Senior Fellows, and Larkin and The Shame. All kinds of local stuff. Speaking of that, I mean, Severmind, Driver, Jason Glardy from Caroline Spine and Drum World. I mean, it goes on and on, really.
Yep. The Thunder Underground on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, and then Thunder Underground on Periscope and Thunder-Underground on SoundCloud. That's where all these are. They're also on the website and the podcast section. And did I forget anything? Twitter, THNDRUNDR Ground.
Hell yeah.
I think that probably covers it for episode 60, right?
I think we're good. We're on to 61 now.
Yeah. We've got an episode. I don't know if it's going to be 61. It might, but we've got an episode coming up with Ian Moore.
Yes.
Who's totally out of the box from everything else we've talked about this episode, but
why not?
We're big fans, and we're glad to be able to do it.
That's right.
And, of course, we've got some other stuff in the works, but we don't like to mention it because we don't want to jinx anything.
Exactly.
In case it falls through.
But we got a couple things that will knock your dicks in the dirt.
Yeah.
But just wait. All in due time.
No kill switch engage pun intended right there.
There you go. Well, you're on it today.
All right. Until next time.
Thunder Underground, y'all.